Hello and welcome to On the Kerbs. I'm your host, Timo Albers Daily. Joining me on the Kerbs this time around is another return guest, the Lioness from Uruguay, Maite Cáceres. We caught up roughly a year after she first joined me on the Kerbs, and this time we chat about what a difference a year makes, how her debut season in F1 Academy has been going so far, the story behind her awesome race helmet, and much more. I hope you enjoy our conversation. Hi Maite, thank you very much for being here today. First of all, how are you?
I'm very good, Timo. Really happy to be here and chat with you. This is our second time, so I'm so excited.
Yes, we caught up just around a year ago, last time properly, I think, on here. And fair to say a lot has happened since then. So, cruel question to start off with. How would you describe how things have gone?
Well, yeah, wow, a year. I think if I think about it, like what I was doing, it seems like 3 years have passed in like just this month. Really crazy. Um, well, I think I will describe it as a roller coaster year because a lot of things happening. I moved from Uruguay to Barcelona, like in my personal life, but in motorsport, it changed absolutely everything in my career. Coming from the F4 US to now the F1 Academy, being part of the F1 ladder, and well, racing in Europe, I think that is if I have to put a name, it would be Europe. And I'm on my dream. I was last year, but I never thought that I could get the chance to race in Europe, as I was late and it's really expensive to race here. So not seriously, it's roller coaster of emotions. I'm so excited and happy.
No, I went back and had a little look at our chat from last year to see what some of the things we were talking about. And I remember you saying about Europe, it's like, that'd be nice as not an end goal, but something to aim for in the future. And like you say, we were both hoping that was going to happen, but not necessarily expecting it to be as quick as it has been, because you were talking about America and like, I might have to do another year or two there and then go over here. And it's like, and then 5 minutes later, straight in F1 Academy, F1 ladder, going for it. It's like, wow.
Go for it for sure. And I think it's a really great opportunity that the F1 is bringing this category, and the F1 Academy, what they are doing to open doors for women and us, for us female drivers. It's really amazing. Get to drive in these F1 tracks. I think they are. You learn a lot, and the difference between the US, it's also a massive. So yes, I was excited to have this opportunity. Last year I get the call, so it was like, yes, of course I want to.
Didn't need to think about that for too long.
No.
I was going to say, so obviously then you've joined F1 Academy this year with Campos. How much does that opportunity mean to you, and how much kind of confidence did Campos signing you give you in kind of like a boost for that to show? Because obviously you had some strong showings in the US Championship last year, but I'm sure you're your own worst critic in some ways, so you're maybe not expecting that call. So what was it like for them to not only just approach you, but then say yes?
Yes, well, when I got the information about this category, I was like, yeah, I want to get there because the amount of track time was impressive with the budget that they were doing. So I said like, okay, I need track time. I don't have that much budget because at that point I couldn't do like a full season of F4 in the US, like another one, and not even think about years 2000, that it was like the road to Indy ladder that usually you need to follow. And then coming to Europe, well, that we are speaking about something different. So getting the call with Campos, it was, yeah, obviously a boost, but it was first to do a test. So I needed to go to the team, do some sim training, and then test in Valencia with other girls. And it was really like a challenge for me because it was like,
Did you see
okay,
how
of
many
course.
other people were there for the test as well, or was that kind of a number you never found out?
No, never found out. No, it was like
Be interesting.
straight into, yeah, straight into it with, the sim, also new to me. And yes, I received another invitation for another team that we did another test in the sim, just in the sim. But I decided to go with Campos because it was the better choice for me at that time. A lot of team that we worked, and how, the relationship and the work. So yeah, really happy with that, and that is how we got together.
And since then, you had, like you say, you had a little bit of an interesting time pre-season. There was a lot of testing, and you had a brief stint in the GT Winter Series as well to try and get to grips with everything. And a lot of the drivers in F1 Academy did that as well. So it's great to see all of these kind of preparations going into launching you in. And as you say, it was a big step up as well for you to go from the US Racing Series to F1 Academy. And it's been a bit of a tough year for you. Let's not sugarcoat it, but the results on the paper don't really tell the full story. So how would you describe your season so far, really?
Well, yes, it was really tough beginning of the season. Some mistakes led to losing like a good pace, good test day with like the first round, and I think that coming back, it was really a challenge for me. Also, well, some issues with the car, and yeah, it was really tough beginning of the season for me. But we were expecting a little bit of that because I was coming from the US and I started racing 4 years ago. So I don't have the same experience as the other drivers, but I tend not to comment that or tell that, because it's really like for nothing. And I want to be compared with them, and I compare myself with them, like how it's racing, and this is how it is, because I don't get any prize Nobel because of being 4 years starting, it's the one who wins. And I think
you just
that
want
is
to go
my
and talk
objective.
on track and prove yourself that way.
Yes, and prove that I can do it. And even if I start a little bit late, I want to get there, and I have the same ambition, and I can go there. It takes a little bit of more time, but I'm willing to shorten that time a little bit. But yes, this second part of the season is going much better, and I'm happy. I need to keep focus and with the team. We need to work hard so we can continue on the next rounds. So yeah, that is, yeah. It was also a roller coaster, let's say.
I think as well, for me, having seen the testing as much as looking at the lap times that you were doing and some of the other drivers, and then seeing your progress over a race weekend from practice to qualifying to the race itself, there was always a noticeable improvement across each session, each weekend, especially in the testing. It was quite interesting to notice how you'd maybe very much have a test session to start off with, and then the next one you'd be like 2 seconds quicker, and you'd be like, where did that come from? But you can kind of see that there is that, you can see the learning happening inside your head and where you're figuring everything out there. So it must be encouraging for you to see that improvement there. So even though it's not necessarily on track where you want to be, you can see that you're getting closer each weekend. And then we saw that in Zandvoort there, you got your first point on the board, and that must have just been really satisfying for you to be like, we got there. Right, what's next?
Yes. Yeah, what's next? Exactly. I think, yeah, well, for me, the biggest challenges about it, well, apart from the new tracks, is going into this car. So really getting used to it. Always the environment here in Europe is tougher and more strict in some points. I was commenting to some of the drivers, like in the United States, we didn't talk about that much about warm up, and here is super precise. So I think there's a lot of things that you need to learn, and I was learning the car also that has turbo and more power than the one last year. But I love it. I love that it has much more power, but it's fun. And yeah, I think going into each session, I know that I can improve, and I take a lot of time in each session. Like those 2 seconds from practice to quali in Sandboard was, I couldn't believe it when I did it. It was really hard work. We stayed.
It was like you had a Fast and Furious button in the car, and the blue flames just came.
Yeah,
where was this
Nitro.
before?
It was like, phew. No, really, it was the no sleep Nitro, because fun fact, we stayed with my coach. He lives he lives there in Sandburg. in Amsterdam. Well, it's not Amsterdam, it's somewhere really. He lives there, and we stay like super late with the team, working into how to get better online. So it was like straight out of the track, let's go to the theme and try to improve. And it was really like fun, and really happy with the progress made. And once you made a point, we need to keep pushing.
Mm-hmm.
It was a little bit of bittersweet, as I told you before, that I had the pace to be like maybe P8, P7. With the safety car, really was difficult. I was struggling with the tires. So yeah, at the end I was defending the position, but it was really good to get that top 10.
It's really good though, because like you say, you could see those places and you're like, I could have got those if we had one or two more laps, which is always what a race driver says, like just one or two more laps and I could have got there. But it's also good that you're satisfied with the point, but you're also disappointed with it because it shows that you're not like, okay, we've achieved this now, I'm good, I can slow down a little bit. And I'm like, no, now we go straight on to the next thing. Like you say, leave the track, straight back to the sim. Where could I do things differently? What can I improve on? Let's go and do that now. And as well, building off what you were saying before about the cars being different and a bit more difficult to get used to the cars you were driving last year. For a casual fan, you look at the US cars and you look at them, the F2, the F3, the F1 Academy cars, and they look pretty similar. So sometimes it's a bit confusing. It's like, how can it be that much different? But it just is on these really technical things and other elements of the race where, like in America, I'm pretty sure you had rolling starts, whereas here you've got to stop on the start-finish straight and wait. And it's just things you wouldn't necessarily think about, but they make a lot of difference.
Yes, that about the rolling start and the standing start is really nothing to be. And yeah, it's one of those things that you say, okay, you need to get into accommodation, like to accommodate easy and let it go. Yeah, but one of the most technical things about this F1 Academy car is that they wanted to do the aero kit more similar to the F1. So if you see like an F4, maybe the Spanish F4 with the F1 Academy, you can only see the difference about the front wing and the rear wing. Then you don't have, we have different tires also. That happened to me when I came from the US to Europe. That is, here we use Pirelli for the F1 Academy, and there I was using Hankook and it was Cooper tires.
Yeah.
Yes, so those things change a lot. Maybe some fans don't know that, but it's really different how you
Again, you just think tires are
tires.
tires. What does it matter? It was like, no, there's a lot that goes into it.
There's a lot going on, and so yeah, if you can see the difference also with the F3, it's a little bigger than the F4, and with the US, it doesn't have the halo, it doesn't have turbo. Different chassis. One is this is the Tatus, and it was the Legiers and the Honda engine on the US, and here we have Automecanica doing the engine. So yeah, it's really different.
One of the things that is different from last year as well that I want to talk about, which is a pretty useful piece of kit and pretty essential, but also just got a really cool design from my opinion here this year, is your helmet. And I was curious if there was a story behind that, because it just looks like a very funky design that you either just woke up one morning and like, I know exactly what I want to do, or there's a bit of background to it.
No, it has a little background. Like since I started racing, I wanted to paint my helmet, but I didn't have the money to do it, and I wasn't with like a helmet. I always raced with an eye, but I wanted to get like the carbon fiber then for higher categories. And well, they helped me this year they support me this year with the helmets, with an eye. And I thought, okay, this needs to be the year that I need to have my own personal helmet. We think this design with my brother, and my father was also there. We were like saying, okay, I really like the blue and yellow from like the Uruguayan flag, but I really like those colors combined. And I felt like the lion symbolized the spark. And also when I was a kid, I had like really like big hair, like it was all around. yeah, those. In Spanish we say like melena, so it's kind of
Okay.
similar. And so I was always say like the lion is a representation, and I love the how fearless he is. And yeah, the blue seems like calm and everything, so it was like a design that we thought together. And so this year was incredible to do it after 3 years of having it.
Like you say, I think this year had to be the year for it. And you saying about the lion there kind of reminded me of Daniel Ricciardo with the honey badger. It's like, here's an animal to represent you on track and off kind of thing. It's like you're going to be a lion about it when the visor comes down. That's what you're dealing with on track.
Yes, for sure. And I wanted to have like that mentality put it into it, and how he attacks and prepares to eat it. So it was kind of that thinking.
Still hungry, still hungry.
Still hungry, yeah.
So as you were saying, there are 3 rounds left. We've got Monza, Le Castellet, and Austin. What are your ambitions? What kind of do we have at the end of the year where you look back and you're like, I'm satisfied with that?
Well, I will be satisfied if I win. Seriously, I'm super hard on myself, and those are like my ambitions. Obviously, it's a tough path. We still need to get more laps and more races, and the win will come. The podium also will be. I will be so happy
If the
to
podium
bring.
and the winner are the same one, then that's fine.
Yes, of course, that would be awesome. But yes, no, really working hard for it. But still, well, more points, being top 10, top 5. Then we work step by step into each race, and then I think we get there. But that will be more like my ambition. I'm still, well, sometimes with motorsport, it's things, it doesn't like go as you wanted because just technical issues and everything.
So it's just racing. Sometimes stuff just happens.
Yes, exactly. So that is my mentality. Like, okay, not put pressure on myself, but I know what I need to do to get there.
And as well, of the 3 rounds that are left, you've got Monza coming up first, which is your favourite track. You've got Le Castellet, where you've done testing already this year. And then you've got Austin, where, okay, I don't know how much you love it, but I definitely loved you there last year because of the overtaking. So I'm like, it's 3 pretty strong tracks for you there. So fingers crossed, it should be all right.
Yes, exactly. Well, Monza is really good. I don't know if it's like the best for like my driving style, but I'm putting the effort in the sim this week with Campos. We're really working hard on the weak points, how we learned about sandboard and the other races. So we are coming with that mentality. I can see that the second part of the season, I'm getting better, and the testing Motorland was really good. Sandboard in the pace really high, almost like a P5 on some of the races. Then getting into the top 10 with a point, it's I'm going with okay, this work but better, and that
Yeah.
is 1% better each day. That is how they say it, and I think that is what we want to do. But if the testing for Ricard was really good, so yes, finger crossed for that. And Austin, I love that track. It was really fun to race. A lot of overtakes, rain coming last year. So really looking forward. And first of all, coming with the Formula One, I think that is a massive experience.
And so we talked a little bit about this the other day with regards to Austin, but have you given it much thought about the fact that you'll be racing on the same weekend as Formula One?
No, I haven't. You told me that, and I'm starting to like get it.
Oh,
Get
he's right. Oh.
Yes, the image of shoot, we're going with the F1 and all the fans. But I think it's really good, and yeah, I'm so happy that we're going to race there. I love that track. I love Austin. So having
the only thing
more
I'd say
support.
there is the fact that this is a good few months away, so I feel like I can get away with saying this now. But as another thing on top of it, you're racing on the same weekend on the same track as the person who's kind of responsible for you getting into racing in the first place, which is Alonso. So that's also a mad little thing there for you.
I really, that would be, I think, my dream. I will, if I get a podium, if I get a win there, and getting with the F1, that will be like really awesome to have them there. see Fernando Alonso and tell him like, hey, I'm here. You know, you tell me to work hard.
Look, podium.
Yes, no, but it's really amazing, and maybe we can see each other.
No, definitely. That'd be a pretty cool way to end up the season. But we'll do with Monza first, one thing at a time, like you were saying, 1% better, and then we keep building on that. So.
Mm-hmm. Obviously, we sometimes you get these dreams, but you need to get the heads down and just work for it.
A couple of fun non-motorsport related questions to finish off. Then, as always with me, would you rather be able to only watch terrible Christmas films or only watch horror films?
Christmas. I cannot do horror films. I'm so bad. I cannot watch any horror movie.
You're hiding behind the sofa.
Definitely no. I'm not I'm not that person. I get scared easily.
Not a lion when it's horror films.
Yeah, no. In the car, I'm fine, but horror movies, no.
And then if you could live a secret double life, what would you be doing in that other life?
Wow. I think I would do I wanted to be part of racing and motorsport. If I cannot, yes, if I cannot be a driver on a secret, I think I would love to be a strategic engineer, be behind the F1 there doing the strategic. I think I like that part of the races in F1. We tend to comment that with my father and my brother a lot. And well, obviously I need to say chemical engineering. I'm studying it, so
that's the obvious answer though.
Yeah, that's really obvious, but getting all done and having the career I'm doing it, yes.
We've seen some pretty good female strategists as well over the last few years in F1, with the obvious one being at Red Bull with Checo in Monaco there. So yes. she was doing an excellent job there. So it's like maybe that's you can, I don't know if Red Bull, but Ferrari, one of the top teams, there'd always be space for you somewhere, I think.
That would be really cool. That would be really cool. But I need to ask you, what would you do?
Well, I'd still probably in motorsport a little bit, unless I go really left field, but I don't know. I'd say something like farming and just go really silly with it, but maybe get more into the psychology side of motorsport and work on that side of things. That's always been interesting. I don't know how I'd go about that, but it's I kind of think, what else would I maybe do?
No, it's really good. Definitely. It's really good. I think you will work on that.
You'd see me in 10 years' time, like, I'm doing it now. It's not so secret.
Yeah.
Well, it's been an absolute pleasure chatting with you today, as always. And I thank you very much for your time, and best of luck at Monza, which by the time this comes out, probably in a few days' time.
Yes, definitely. Well, now I'm counting the days, the hours. So really happy to go there to the Temple of Speed that everyone calls it. So thinking that I will be racing there, it's amazing. So yeah, thank you, Timo, for your time also, and it's always a pleasure to chat with you.
Thanks again to Maite for coming onto the Kerbs with me. I can't wait to see how she gets on in the rest of 2023. If you want to follow her career, links to her socials will be in the description below, so do go and check those out. Join me again next time when I'll be chatting to another famous race from the world of motorsport. In the meantime, don't forget to like, comment and subscribe, as well as check out the back catalogue of episodes on the On the Kerbs channel. If you want even more from me, you can listen to me chat about everything Formula 1 over on the Undercut Podcast, as well as delving into the world of Nitro Rallycross over on the Nitro RX Podcast. Both are available wherever you get your podcasts. As for written content, I currently write for Is It Fast and Paddock Sorority, so be sure to check all of them out with original pieces released each week. All of the information and links for those will be in the description below, as well as my Instagram handle if you want to go and follow me there. Thank you very much for listening, and I'll be back soon with another episode.